No way, Elena has amnesia and only remembers Miles as her boyfriend, but Rowan loves her deeply. His fiancée has to be Elena. Piper's cold gaze slid over the group. They flinched and drifted away. Grandpa waved me to the stage and handed me the microphone. Rowan, this is your engagement banquet. You should be the one to make the announcement, all right. I took the microphone and felt a burning gaze on me. Elena was staring straight at me. I gave her a mocking smile and I saw her tense up. Thank you for coming, I said, my voice carrying across the hall. I'd like to formally introduce my fiancé. The banquet hall fell silent. Every eye fixed on me. Crystal chandeliers cast prisms of light over the sea of designer gowns and tailored suits, the air thick with anticipation. Elena's lips curved into a confident smile, her hand tightening around Miles' arm, as if already claiming her place as the Becker fiancé. Miles leaned in and whispering something that made her laugh softly, a sound that once made my heart race, now leaving a bitter taste in my mouth. Grandma's voice hummed in my head, sharp and urgent. Don't hesitate, Rowan, say it loud and clear. Piper is the one. Let that shameless pair eat their words. Held the microphone a little tighter, my gaze sweeping over the crowd, until it landed on Piper. She stood at the edge of the stage, her posture straight, her black silk gown clinging to her frame. Unlike the others, she didn't look eager or curious. She looked calm, almost detached, as if the outcome didn't matter. But when our eyes met, I saw a flicker of something. A recognition maybe, or a challenge. She'd spent years bickering, competing over everything, from school grades to archaeological dig sites. But in that moment, she was the only one who didn't look at me like I was a prize to be won. My fiancé, I said, pausing for effect. Piper, all in the words hung in the air for a beat. Then the hall erupted. Gasps and murmurs washed over the room. Elena's my fiancée, her face draining of color, as if someone had slapped her. Miles' cocky smirk vanished, replaced by confusion and then anger. Sabrina and Ren stared at me, their jaws dropped. The elders of the four great families exchanged shocked glances, leaning in to whisper to one another. Grandma let out a triumphant cackle. In my head, that's my boy. Let her see what it feels like to be cast aside, just like she did to you in the past life. Piper stepped forward, her heels clicking against the marble floor, climbed onto the stage beside me, and when I offered her my hand, she took it firm, not limp or hesitant. Her touch was cool, but there was a steady warmth in it that surprised me. Thank you, she said quietly, her voice carrying through the microphone. I accept. There was no gushing, no fake tears, just a simple statement that felt more genuine than any declaration of love I'd ever heard. From Elena, crowd slowly settled, the whispers fading into a tense silence. As everyone processed the shock, Grandpa clapped his hands, a broad smile spreading across his face. Let's raise a glass to the happy couple, he boomed. May their union bring prosperity to both the Becker and Alden families. Glasses clinked, but the mood was uneasy. Elena stood frowning in the center of the room, her eyes locked on me, filled with betrayal and rage. Miles wrapped an arm around her, but she shrugged him off, storming toward the stage. How dare you, she hissed, her voice sharp enough to cut. You love me. Everyone knows you love me. You can't do this. This is a mistake. I looked down at her, my heart hardening. No, Elena. The mistake was thinking you could use me forever. You feigned amnesia to keep Miles, while straining me along for the Becker fortune. You chose him over me when I was dying in that hallway. Don't get to be upset now that I've finally woken up. Her face turned red with fury. I didn't feign anything. I really don't remember us, and I didn't abandon you. Miles needed me. You're being unreasonable, Grandma scoffed. Lies, lies, lies. She remembers everything. She just doesn't want to admit it. In the past life, she did the same thing, acting innocent while draining your bank account and cheating on you with Miles. Don't fall for it, Rowan. Before I could respond, Piper squeezed my hand. Let's go, she said. There's no point in arguing with someone who refuses to see the truth. I nodded, and we turned to walk off the stage. Elena reached out to grab my arm, but Piper stepped in front of me, blocking her. Touch him again, Piper, said, her voice slow and dangerous, and I'll make sure you regret it. Elena stepped back, startled by Piper's intensity. Piper was known for her sharp tongue and quick temper, but I'd never seen her look so threatening. Elena's lower lip trembled, and for a moment, she looked like the vulnerable girl who'd stood up for me when I was a kid. But then the mask slipped, and I saw the cold calculation beneath, the same look she'd had when she asked me to stay out of her and Miles' relationship. She spun on her heel and stormed out of the banquet hall, Miles hurrying after her. The crowd watched them go, then turned back to us, their expressions a mix of curiosity and sympathy. Piper let go of my hand. Shall we greet the guests, she asked, her tone back to its usual cool detachment. Sure, I said. We walked through the crowd together, accepting congratulations and answering questions. Most people were polite, but a few couldn't help but ask about Elena, why I'd chosen Piper instead, if I was sure I hadn't made a mistake. Piper handled the questions with ease, deflecting them with sharp, witty remarks that left no room for follow-ups. You're good at this, I said quietly. As we moved to a quieter corner, she raised an eyebrow. At what? Dealing with nosy people. It's a skill you learn when you're in Alden. Everyone wants to know your business. I smiled. I guess we have that in common. My childhood had been filled with people whispering about the Becker orphan, speculating about why my parents had died, wondering if I'd ever be fit to run the family business. Elena had been the only one who'd seemed to see me, not just the scion of a wealthy family. But now, I realized she only seen what she could get from me. As the night went on, I found myself enjoying Piper's company more than I'd expected. We didn't talk about love or marriage. We talked about archaeology of all things. Grandpa had taken both of us on digs when we were teenagers, and we discovered a shared passion for ancient civilizations. She rambled about a recent excavation in Greece, her eyes lighting up as she described the pottery shards she'd found, and I found myself leaning and hanging on every word. Grandma's voice was quiet now, a soft murmur in the back of my head. He's a good one, Rowan. Smart, strong, honest, everything Elena isn't. Give her a chance. You deserve happiness. I nodded silently, agreeing. For the first time in years, I didn't feel like I was pretending or chasing someone who didn't care. I felt at peace. The banquet ended late, and Piper and I walked out together. The night air was cool, carrying the scent of jasmine from the garden. Thank you, I said, for agreeing to this. I know we've never gotten along, and this is probably the last thing you wanted. She shrugged. It's not the worst thing. My parents have been pressuring me to marry someone suitable for years, and you're tolerable. Plus the Becker Alden partnership will be good for both our families. I laughed. Tolerable, high praise. She cracked a small smile, her first genuine smile of the night. Don't get used to it. We stood there for a moment, the silence comfortable. Then she said I should go. My driver's waiting, right? I said, I'll see you soon. Grandpa will want to start planning the wedding. She nodded. I'll be in touch. As she walked away, I watched her go, feeling a flicker of something I hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. Maybe Grandma was right. Maybe this was my chance to have a happy life, free from Elena's lies and manipulation. But as I turned to go inside, I noticed a figure standing in the shadows of the garden, a man in a black coat watching me. When he stepped into the light, I recognized him. Miles, what do you want? I asked, tensing up. He smiled, but it was cold and bitter. I just wanted to congratulate you. You really pulled off a surprise tonight. I'm not in the mood for games, Miles. Games? He laughed. You're the one playing games, Rowan. You think you've won, but you haven't. Elena loves me. She always has. She'll come back to me, you'll see. I shook my head. She had her chance. I'm done with her. Are you? He stepped closer, his voice dropping to a whisper. Do you really think Piper is the answer? She's just using you, same as Elena. The Aldens have been after the Beakers. Archaeological connections for years. You're just a pawn to her. Grandma's voice flared up. Liar, Piper's nothing like that. He's just trying to stir up trouble. Don't listen to him, Rowan. I stared at Miles, trying to read his expression. There was a desperation in his eyes, like he was trying to convince himself as much as me. But his words planted a seed of doubt in my mind. Was Piper really just using me? Could I trust anyone after what Elena had done? You're wrong, I said, but my voice lacked conviction. Miles smirked. I will see. By the way, Elena is not the only one with secrets. You think your grandma's voice is just her imagination. Think again, Rowan. There's more to this than you know. Before I could ask what he meant, he turned and walked away, disappearing into the darkness. I stood there, my heart racing. What did he mean? Was Grandma's voice really just a figment of my imagination, or was there something else going on?